Today, we're getting into something pretty much everyone bumps up against at some point, navigating the whole complex world of family expectations. It's definitely a journey. Sometimes it feels like walking a tightrope, right? For this deep dive, we pulled some really potent insights from a guide called Navigating Family Expectations, a guide to authentic living. Our goal here is, well, to unpack all that complexity, understand the impact these expectations have, and crucially, give you some strategies for living a life that actually feels like yours. Because, let's face it, family expectations can be motivating, sure, but they can also feel incredibly suffocating sometimes.
It's quite something, isn't it? How universal this really is. You see it everywhere. Different cultures, different generations. That push and pull, it's just part of being human, I think, and figuring out how to navigate it. That's not just, about getting through holidays smoothly. What's fascinating here is how deeply it influences our happiness, our whole life path, really. It's critical stuff.
Okay, so let's dive right into maybe the first big conflict point, this gap that the guide talks about. It's that space, often kind of unspoken, between what our family thinks is best for us, the career, the partner, the lifestyle, and what we actually dream of deep down. Have you ever felt that sense that their map for you is just completely different from the one you're trying to draw?
Oh, absolutely. It's so common. And that gap, it's not just an idea. It creates real emotional weight. Our research really showed how it turns into, tension, guilt sometimes, even resentment. When your own path starts to diverge, that internal conflict, it can be really draining. It often leads to this feeling of, like you're not quite measuring up to them, yes, but maybe even to yourself. It pulls you off course.
And yet, there's that really powerful pull, isn't there? Wanting to make your family proud. We all have that, I think, to some extent.
Yeah.
But the guide, it warns us pretty quickly. It says, living someone else's life will only lead to unhappiness. That's direct. It really frames it as a choice, doesn't it? Are you chasing their approval, or are you aiming for your own fulfillment? It's kind of startling how often we might lean towards the first, hoping the second just happens.
Right, and that's exactly where personal identity bumps up against family dynamics. The key thing to get here is that it's not saying, reject your family's love or support, burn bridges. Not at all. It's more subtle.
Yeah.
It's about how do we weave our true selves, our own dreams, into those family connections, finding a way that respects both your truth and your family bonds.
Okay, so if the gap and the potential unhappiness are the issues, what's the solution? The bridge, so to speak. The deep dive kept pointing back to one core thing: honest, respectful communication. Sounds great, right? But often really daunting. So let's unpack this. How does the guide suggest we actually do that? Especially when things feel tense.
Well, first, it's super important to understand what this communication isn't. It's not about big dramatic rebellion scenes or just shutting down completely. No, it really stresses clearly explaining your goals and why they matter to you. There's huge power in just articulating your why. It changes the whole conversation. It stops being about defiance and starts being about, hey, here's what drives me, here are my values. You're inviting them in, not just dropping a decision on them.
That makes sense. Inviting them into the why. And the guide adds another really crucial piece to this: empathy. It says, try to see things from your family's perspective. When you think about why families have these strong expectations, what's usually underneath it all? What are they maybe trying to do, even if it comes across wrong?
That's such a vital point. And honestly, one of the most helpful insights we found, so often, most expectations come from love and a desire to protect us. Just knowing that can reframe the whole thing, can it? It shifts their intention from seeming like control to, genuine care. Even if it feels misguided to us. Understanding that, it makes the conversation different, more compassionate. You're talking to their hopes and fears, not just their demands.
Right, and if you understand where they're coming from, it leads naturally to the next big idea: setting boundaries. Okay, here's where it gets really interesting, I thought, because the guide's definition is quite nuanced. It makes it clear that setting boundaries doesn't mean rejecting your family. It means honoring your own path while maintaining respect. So it's not about cutting them off. It's more like, Mom, Dad, I love you. I hear your advice on X, but I need to figure this part out myself. Let's talk about something else for now. Something like that. Honoring your path respectfully.
Exactly. It's recognizing that respecting yourself, your life, it doesn't have to mean disrespecting them or the relationship. In fact, when you set boundaries that are based on mutual respect, like you respect their view even as you state your own needs, you're actually building something healthier, more authentic. Both people feel heard, valued. It actually strengthens the bond, usually. It makes space for everyone to thrive, really.
And what's the payoff? What's the ultimate positive outcome the guide points to after all this, hard work and maybe difficult conversations?
It puts it so powerfully. Happiness and authenticity are the best gifts you can give them in the long run.
That statement really lands, doesn't it? It captures the ripple effect. When you're genuinely happy, living your truth,
Yeah.
it's not just good for you. It kind of radiates outwards. It can actually reassure your family, maybe even inspire them. It leads to connections that are more real, healthier, and ultimately, more joyful for everyone. Turns out, being truly you is a gift to them too. So what does this all mean for you, listening right now? As you think about your own family, those expectations you feel, maybe the subtle ones too.
Maybe just sit with this thought for a bit. If your happiness, your authenticity truly are the best gifts you can offer, how might really leaning into your true self change things, not just for you, but for the whole family dynamic? The connection, the joy, it's definitely something powerful to consider moving forward.